Good morning, Carroll County. This is Brian DiLeonardo, your state's attorney, with this week's State's Attorney's Report. As we've done the last several weeks, we've been talking about what exactly does the state's attorney's office do and some of the different roles that we have. And one of the things that we handle a great deal, or there's a busy, certainly a busy unit in our office, is our district court division. Our district court attorneys and staff handle thousands of cases every year in our district court. And it was a good opportunity to bring in one of our district court attorneys, one of our senior attorneys in the office, to help explain a little bit about exactly what happens in district court. So I'm very happy this morning to welcome in Ken Grote, a senior assistant state's attorney with our office. So good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Well, I appreciate you coming in and trying to help explain a little bit to everybody what exactly are the kind of cases that you handle in district court.
Well, in district court, there are two typical types of cases. There's traffic and criminal. Traffic cases can run the gamut of anything from a school bus violation to driving on a suspended license to driving under the influence of alcohol. So very serious cases along with people who just don't have a license and get a ticket for that.
Mm-hmm. And so pretty much any of the traffic cases where you could conceivably receive jail time, those are the type of traffic cases we actually prosecute.
That's right. Anybody who gets a ticket that has possible jail time, that is a case that we would handle. Mm-hmm. And on a typical docket, there are between 25 and 35 cases. So we will handle all of those, whether someone has an attorney, they don't have an attorney. Those cases will get resolved on that day in court.
Okay. And what about, now that's traffic type cases. What about other criminal cases? What are the kind of cases you handle in district court?
Other type of criminal cases are really anything from second degree assault to thefts to malicious destruction of property. Any type of, also anything where you can receive a jail sentence is something that we would handle in district court.
And so you talked a little bit about dockets. When you consider about how many cases would you say in a typical week would get handled by district court attorneys?
Well, if there are approximately, let's say, 25 that I might handle, there's two courtrooms, so 50 cases a day, and there's district court 4 days a week. Mm-hmm. So that turns out to be a lot of cases.
Yeah,
and
you're talking about a couple hundred criminal cases a week.
That's right. And I know for us it's challenging because while we have a large volume of cases, we have to sometimes step back and realize that the victims in those cases and the types of cases are serious, and there are people who aren't used to being in court, maybe as a witness or a victim, where we are there all the time, and so they need to understand what's going to go on, and we have to take that into consideration as we prosecute the case.
Sure. I mean, as we often say, while to others it may not seem like the most serious crime in some of these cases, when you're the victim of the crime, it's certainly serious. And is that your goal of treating it that way?
Absolutely. And we try to realize that a victim in a case, while it may not be a whole lot of money or may not have been the most serious crime, to them it is a very big deal. And so we try to get an outcome that they're happy with, as well as something that we as the prosecutor feel is appropriate.
It sounds a little bit like that's essentially your goals. I mean, there's certainly the goal of trying to help the victim, but what are some of the other goals when you're dealing with cases in district court that you're trying to accomplish?
Well, the goals obviously, first off, are to the citizens of Carroll County. We want to make sure that someone who commits a crime doesn't do it again. And with the drug problem that we have in this county and all counties, we're trying to make it so someone isn't a repeat offender, that they get help. Trying to get people in jail isn't necessarily our goal. It's more along the lines of getting them treatment or the help that they need so they don't do it again, but also balancing that with any victim that may be involved in a case.
Sure. I mean, because when we're dealing at this level, we're dealing sometimes with people that are maybe using or just starting to get into the court system. And so some of these initial crimes may not be major. They may be shoplifting or something like that. but it certainly is a good opportunity to intervene. Right?
That's right. And a lot of times family is involved because they're either maybe stealing from their family and pawning items. So we really have to balance between what's best for the victim as well as what's best so there isn't a repeat offender situation.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, I appreciate you coming in this morning and helping explain to everybody a little bit about what's involved with district court. I do want to also say, given that tomorrow we're going to be observing Memorial Day, to tell everyone, take a moment tomorrow while you're with your families, but take a moment to give thanks to all of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we could enjoy the freedoms that we do. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless.